Hey Pisces, welcome to September 2018. My name is Colleen. Thank you for watching. I am shuffling up your cards right now, waiting for some cards to pop out so we can get your message going for, there it is, for September. And Mercury and Mars just recently went direct in August. And Saturn is going direct on September 6th, and Pluto's going direct September 30th. So we're going to start feeling like we're gaining speed again. All of the retrogrades kind of called us to really slow down so that we can really pay attention to where we are placing our energy, where our focus is, what really matters, what's important to us. And clear away the areas that weren't meant for us, and I feel like Mercury's retrograde and going direct helped us to really articulate what it is that we have been experiencing with all of these eclipses the last couple months. And all of these retrogrades. It helped us to really put into words what we've been feeling, and helping us to gain clarity on where it is that we're trying to go from here. And Mars going direct gives us that green light that it's now okay for us to start actually taking steps towards that. It's been a time of reflection, and now it's becoming a time of action. But I've been saying to all the other signs that I've been feeling like, even though Mars has gone direct, there's still a time of picking up momentum to really gain speed and take off from there. So I feel like September we're taking action, but it's slow. Like we're gaining our footing, again with movement. So don't really expect things to really, take off like a rocket. Slow and steady wins the race right now. So we really want to make sure that we're gaining we've got our balance right. We're taking the proper steps. There's like a little bit of caution along the way. And then once we feel comfortable with the movement, then we'll start to really accelerate from there. I feel like we'll really start picking up movement come October, November. And really, as each retrograde goes direct, I feel like that's going to add more and more momentum. So, let's take a look here. So I feel like you're coming face to a truth. I feel like there is a truth that you're coming to terms with, or being more honest with yourself and with your situation. And I feel like I feel like for everyone, with Saturn going direct, I kind of feel like that's our first challenge since we've started to move forward. I feel like Saturn is testing us to see if we're willing to stay committed to what we've learned. And I feel like for you, it's the influence of other people on your actions. I feel like that is going to be tested towards the end of the first week to the second week. I feel like other people are going to be placing their own opinions on how you should be running your life. And I feel like that is something that's been coming up for you a lot during your life. Doing what everybody else wants to do to keep everyone happy, basically. And I feel like there's people that are going to be testing you in that area, and it's a time for you to really step up and own what it is that you want for yourself, and being brutally honest at the same time. And I feel like that's what we have the Queen of Swords and the Five of Wands next to each other. And I feel like there's you're finding your voice to speak your truth to people that feel like it's their duty to tell you how to live your life. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is a time to put people in their place and make sure that they understand that it's your life and not theirs. And no one can tell you what to do except for you. You know what I mean? So you could either go into it in a very aggressive way, or you can go into it in a soft way of just setting boundaries. I feel like boundaries are very important, but boundaries are not about telling other people, how to act, basically. Boundaries are your own personal limits of where you're willing to go. So it's like this is a time of setting your own personal boundaries of what you are and are not willing to accept. People may offer you their advice, unsolicited advice on how to live your life and things of that nature. And as far as you and your boundaries go, it's, listening to it and letting it go, being like, okay, thank you, but I'm going to do things the way that I want to do. You know what I mean? So like hearing the advice, but also just like letting go of it and understanding that you have your own personal boundaries of, I'm listening to my own resolve. I'll hear your advice, and if I feel like it works for me, then I will shift it to work in my own life, but I'm not going to do things exactly the way that you see fit, So I hope that makes sense. And I feel like once you step into that, I wonder if this has been something that's been going on for a while for you. I honestly can't remember last month, but I feel like maybe that was something that came up either last month or the month before. But either way, you're being tested to see if you're willing to stay committed to yourself and what you want for your life, so that you can stay on the path and not veer off every time somebody gives you their own, every time somebody thinks that they know what's best for you, And I feel like once you stand your ground and speak your truth and set those boundaries, and you may find that you have to be, harsh in your honesty, so people really, so it really sinks in for people. But I feel like once you do that, once you step into your truth, that's also once that happens, you're going to start feeling that momentum really, really take off, because I feel like it's going to be a slow start, and then come mid-September, that's when you're going to feel the momentum pushing you forward, because now you've stepped into your true vibration of who you are at your core. And then from there, as a whole, it's like a split energy kind of thing that's going on. It's like you want to be this way, and then people are telling you to be a different way, so then you like split your energy so that you can, imagine yourself still doing what it is that you want to do, but then you're doing what other people want you to do as well. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's the kind of energy that's been going on for a while, like the split energy. I don't know why that's like coming up. I don't know if I even explained that correctly, but I think that you guys are going to understand what I'm saying. And I feel like once you speak your truth and do what's best for you, it's going to come together. The vibration is going to come whole, and you'll really feel like yourself again. You'll feel confident. You'll feel so proud of yourself. And from there, from this whole version of you, then you'll be able to continue forward on your path. Then the universe is going to be like, all right, I'm going to push you now. You passed the test. Now here we go. Kind of kind of thing. Let me take a look at the cards here. So I feel like once that happens, you're getting, it's like doing that creates like this internal, this like mental vacuum, and just sucks out all of the cobwebs of the mind that has been and all of the obstacles on your path get cleared away when you do this, when you stand in your truth and speak from your most honest place. It just like clears the clutter that has been preventing you from moving forward. Like if you've been really feeling stuck, especially in your mind, and just like running things over in your mind over and over again, I feel like that this action is going to do like a spring cleaning in the mind, clear out all of that crap, because I feel like all of the stuff that you've been mulling over is everything that you've ever wanted to say to anybody, but you've been holding it back because you want to keep the peace, you know. And all of that gets cleared away when you speak your truth in the beginning of the month. And then that helps to propel you forward. And I feel like it's gonna feel uncomfortable for a little bit. It may feel uncomfortable for a little bit, but but I feel like the key is to make sure that you are staying in sync, you know, is staying in alignment as you continue forward. You know, once you speak your truth, you know, really sit with how that feels for yourself. I would write down how you're feeling then, so that you can remember what it feels like anytime that you find yourself falling out of it. I definitely feel like this is a time to kind of pull away from the partying. If you've been doing things to distract yourself from, you know, what your purpose is, I feel like this is a month where you need to be pulling away. You need to, you know, pull away and kind of get your focus, you know, back in sync. Let me take a look here. It's definitely, okay, let me see what else we got here. Oh, I'm going to use my Oracle card deck. So I'm going to pull a card from the Messages from the Fairies Oracle card deck, and we'll see what they have to say. They're really good with manifesting messages. This is definitely a time of standing your ground and speaking your truth. I feel like that is the most important message. And just do it. Just do it. I know that you guys can get stuck in the feels about something and can get a little anxious in a way on whether or not to speak it. But then once you do, then it's like, yes, okay. You know? And I wouldn't be afraid about the way that you speak your truth, because I feel like even if you are a little bit aggressive or cold in the way that you make yourself known, make your needs known, I feel like it's necessary so that it you know, resonates with the people that you're speaking to. Okay, so it says, in the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. And this makes perfect sense, because this is the middle of September, when autumn begins. So September 21st to the 22nd. 21st is my wedding anniversary. And I feel like that's when the momentum really starts picking up for you. That's when everything starts to really make sense for you. And everything's going to come together in the fall. I feel like we're really going to understand where it is that we're going now. But there's a test that needs to occur in the beginning of September. And once you face that challenge, then the path clears and you'll be able to move forward with more clarity on where you are trying to go or what you're trying to achieve for yourself, with more confidence, knowing that what you want for yourself is meant to be, you know. So I think that is the message. Just making sure that things may feel a little bit upside down with the people that you speak up to for a little while, but it's something that they have to work out for themselves, you know. And if people are not okay with who you are when you speak your truth, then they're not meant to be, you know, around you. Do you know what I mean? If they cannot accept you when you are honest, then they're not meant to be around you. Okay? So just make sure you know, really hear that. If they can't accept you in your truth, then they're not meant to be around you. I've said that 3 times now. So I hope that resonates with you. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know how your September's going. And I send you so much love. Thank you so much for watching, Pisces, and I'll see you in October. Take care. Bye.